What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now, before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close, and we're now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows? Maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the year, which actually is December 31st, which is next month. Only time will tell. Who knows? But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a Piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a Collector's Rare out of this set. But it wouldn't be the first time that I pulled a Collector's Rare, because I also pulled this. Freshly pulled out of my Genesis Impact box opening that I did several months back is a Collector's Rare Beat Cop from the Underworld. This thing looks absolutely gorgeous. The centering on the back, you can easily tell, is a bit off from top to bottom. But honestly, it really doesn't matter. This thing looks absolutely beautiful, and I am going to be getting this graded at some point. Just really don't know when, though, exactly. But with that being said, if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. Sorry guys, I feel like I'm about to sneeze. So anyway, as I was saying, if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. If you guys want to send any fan mail, all the info will be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this. Which Arc 5 archetype do you guys want to see get new support in the next core set, which I think we won't be getting until, I think OCG, I think the OCG won't be getting until like March, I think, next year. So again, the question of the day, which Arc 5 archetype do you guys want to see get new support in the next core set that will be released sometime in March of 2024? Let me know down in the comments below, because for today's video, since we're on the topic of Arc 5, sorry about that, guys. Sorry, my deepest apologies, guys. My nose has a tendency to do that from time to time. Anyway, going off topic here. Today's video, I'm gonna be talking about the brand new Raidraptor support that will be released in Phantom Nightmare. And honestly, it's been about, what's it been about now? Like what, 2, 3, maybe 4 years since we last had any good Raidraptor support. So this will be interesting, because Raidraptors Raidraptors was only released to be more of a side package, if you will, for decks like Blackwing and even also Burning Abyss. Burning Abyss and Danger Phantom Knights as well, because those decks completely dominated the meta, especially the Danger PK deck. The Danger PK, or sorry, the Danger Burning Abyss, sorry, Danger BA, was a pretty good deck, and it utilized a few of the Raidraptor cards. So this will be interesting to see. But honestly, I can't wait to show off the cards and talk about them. And without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Kicking things off, we have Raidraptor Noir Lanius, which is a 4-star Darkwing Beast with 1600 attack, 500 defense, and both of its effects are once per turn. And the first effect says, during the main phase, if this card was normal or special summon this turn, you can target one Raidraptor monster you control, add a Raidraptor monster with a different level from your deck to your hand. So basically, this is sort of like your Stratos for the whole deck. It's almost as if it's like a combo starter, kind of like a one card exceeds combo. So the idea is for you to normal summon this card, activate its effect, search out one of the Raidraptors that they can just special summon whenever you have a Raidraptor monster on board. Overlay those two into a card like say Dark Rebellion Exceeds Dragon, and then activate and then go into into Arc Rebellion Exceeds Dragon, and then you could just go from there. And Arc Rebellion essentially is just a nasty play. Or instead of doing Dark Rebellion, you can go into Raider's Knight. Raider's Knight, activate its effect, detach, go into Arc Rebellion Exceeds Dragon, and then you can just combo off from there. And depending on whether you're going first or second, it does have the potential to push for game. Which honestly, oh, by the way, shout out to Brisk for the pink lemonade, not sponsored, but just love pink lemonade. Anyway, depending on the board state, going into that play could potentially push you for game, which honestly is pretty insane. It's pretty insane. And for some reason, someone's knocking on my door, so I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Someone was knocking at my door, and this is the problem. This is the problem that I always get every time I film. Bullshit happens. So I do humbly apologize. Hopefully you guys will forgive me, but we do need to continue. The show must go on. But as I was saying, Norlanius, short and sweet. It's basically your sort of like your one card combo, if you will. It's essentially a one card Arc Rebellion Exceeds Dragon. You normal summon this card, trigger its effect. You add a special summonable Raidraptor to your hand. You special summon that monster, overlay them into a Raider's Knight, trigger Raider's effect, detach, summon Arc Rebellion Exceeds Dragon, and you're pretty much just off to the races from there. And Arc Rebellion can become quite the pain in the ass, if you will, which is it's a pretty nasty play. That's just the first effect. That's just the first effect. The second effect says says you can banish this card from your grave, increase or decrease the levels of all Raidraptor monsters you currently control by 1 until the end of the turn. So ironically enough, the idea is for you to want to detach this card off of your Arc Rebellion, and not only that, during your next turn, if you have multiple Raidraptors on board, you can remove this card from your graveyard, and you can increase your Raidraptors levels by 1, and they become level 5, which can help you go into your rank 5 plays, which is actually kind of cool. Which is actually kind of cool. Next up, we have Raidraptor Bloom Vulture, which is a 4-star Dark Winged Beast with 300 attack, 1900 defense, and both of its effects are once per turn. And it also reads. Oh, actually, hold on. Oh, sorry about that, guys. It is actually a hard once per turn, and it says that. And it also says, during the turn you activate these effects, you're not allowed to special summon monsters except for darks. So by using both of its effects, you're only locked into darks, in which 9 times out of 10, that's pretty much all you're summoning. Excuse me, which is pretty cool. The first effect says if all face-up monsters you control are winged beast monsters, you can special summon this card and 1 Raidraptor monster from your hand. So this is so this is exactly what I was talking about. If you have let's say you normal summon Noir Lanius and you add Bloom Vultures to your hand. If you have another Raidraptor in hand, not only could you summon Bloom Vulture, but also that other Raidraptor, which I think is which could be literally anything. It could be a vanishing Lanius. It could literally be anything. You special summon both, and you can overlay both those two into your Raiders Knight, and then just go into the Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon, and then you activate Monster Reborn, resummon one of the monsters that you detached to summon the Arc Rebellion, and then you can overlay both that monster plus the Noir Lanius into another Raiders Knight, detach again, go into a second Arc Rebellion, and if your opponent doesn't have an out to one or even both copies, you essentially win, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Let's see here. The second effect says if you control no monsters, you can target 2 level 4 or lower Raidraptor monsters in your grave, including this card. Special summon them in defense. So if your opponent were to activate a card like say Lightning Storm, and they wiped your board clean of monsters, if this card is in your graveyard, you basically have yourself a double Monster Reborn, and you can go into even more of your Xyz plays, which is absolutely insane. Not much else. There's literally not much to say about that except holy shit, it is nasty. It is nasty. Speaking of cards that are nasty, we have Raidraptor Rising Rebellion Falcon. Get this. It is very rare you would ever see anything like this. It is so rare. A rank 13 Dark Winged Beast Xyz. Rank 13. Think about that, guys. Rank 13. We've never seen anything like that in quite some time. In fact, I think this might be one of the only rank 13 Xyz monsters in the in the game. That's incredible. That is incredible, you guys. 4,000 attack, 3,500 defense, and requires 5 level 13 winged beast monsters. The first effect says If this card is Exceed Summon, you can destroy as many cards your opponent controls as possible. Then if this card has 3 or more Raidraptor Exceeds monsters with different names as material, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original total attack. So think about this. The idea in if I remember correctly, you can go into a you can do oh, what's the idea? Go into a Raidraptor Rice Falcon. And then go into rank climb into a rank into a rank 5, then a rank 6, and then just activate one of the Raidraptor rank up magic cards, and then just automatically go into this. That's pretty nasty. That is pretty nasty. This card is essentially your Dark Hole, not Dark Hole. It's essentially your Raigeki Harpy's Feather Duster for literally the whole deck. That's pretty insane. Enough said. That's just horrendously broken. The second effect says that it's unaffected by other cards' effects. It basically protects itself. Not bad. The third effect says, once per turn, you can detach 3 materials from this card, then target 1 Raidraptor Exceeds monster in your grave. Replace this effect with that monster's original effects until the end phase. So this is basically your genome heritage for the whole deck. This card can replace its own effect with another monster, and you're just good to go. It's just too good. It is just too fucking good, you guys. Next up, we have Raidraptor Brave Strix, which is a rank 5 Dark Wing Beast Exceeds with 2,000 attack, 2,500 defense, and it requires 2 level 5 monsters. This actually works in conjunction with funny enough, it actually works in conjunction with the Noir Lanius, which is actually kind of funny, which is actually kind of hilarious. The first and second effects are a hard once per turn, in which the first effect says you can detach 1 material from this card, set 1 Raidraptor spell or trap directly from your deck. I mean, this is essentially kind of like your True Light for the whole deck, because with True Light in the Blue Eyes decks, you have an option to either special summon a Blue Eyes from your hand or graveyard, or you can set back row from your deck. This effect is basically that. It's basically True Light, where you get to set back row from your deck, which is absolutely insane. And the crazy thing, excuse me, is that you could even set rank up magic spells from your deck, which is absolutely insane. And speaking of rank up magic, the second effect reads if this card has a Winged Beast monster as material, you can detach 1 material from this card, add 1 rank up magic spell from your deck to your hand. There it is. There it is. So both of these effects, it's kind of like your Spell Trap Rhoda, but at the cost of detaching a material off of this card. So you're gonna want to use cards like Exceeds Reborn, Overlay Regen, and even also Exceeds Import as well. So you can gain more and more materials to use both of these cards' effects, both of this card's effects, and you can just go off from there, which again, cards like Xyz Reborn, Overlay Regen, it basically clogs your deck, but by drawing them out, using cards like Wayne Requital and Pot of Avarice, you're able to not only thin out the deck by a few cards, but by using Xyz Import on your opponent's monsters, you're pretty much able to ensure that you keep your Winged Beast monsters as the material for this card, so you can still use this card's effects over and over again, which is pretty cool. The third effect says a Raidraptor Xyz monster that has this card's material gains this effect. Gains attack equal to its own rank times 100. So this is basically your Xyz unit for the whole deck, which is pretty cool, because there's one dog in this house that just barks for no reason, and because of all the seizures that she's had, she's gone deaf. So if you guys can hear that, disregard that, you guys. Anyway, because with Xyz unit, the Xyz monster that gets equipped to the Xyz unit equip spell gains an additional 100 attack multiplied by its own rank, which this effect is basically that, which is pretty cool. Next up we move into the spells and traps. So first up we have Rise Rank Up Magic Raidraptor's Force, which is a quick play spell, and the effect reads: during either main phase or your opponent's battle phase, target 2 or more Raidraptor Xyz monsters you control and or graveyard, including one on the field. Special summon from your extra deck a Raidraptor Xyz monster whose rank equals the total ranks of those 2 or more monsters, and if you do, attach those monsters to it as material, which is treated as an Xyz summon. Think about this. If you have, let's say you have four Xyz monsters, each with only one material, and they all equal to 13. Guess what? You can instantly overlay all those 4 monsters, including their materials, and you can go into the rank 13 Xyz. This is the exact card that I'm talking about. This is the exact card that I'm talking about that you can use to go into your rank 13, which is absolutely insane. So the idea would be what? That's 8 materials. That's 8 materials, and not only that, you can activate Xyz Import and attach one of your opponent's monsters to its own as material. And guess what? If the rank 13 Raidraptor Xyz gets impermed, guess what? You could just go battle phase, attack into one of your opponent's monsters, and then go into your second main phase. Boom! You basically have a 9 material, a 10 material Zeus. 10 material Zeus. That's 5 board wipes that you would have against your opponent, which is absolutely insane. It is absolutely insane, absolutely incredible. This card is just too broken. It's just too good. That's just how I see it anyway. Next up, if my laptop will go through, we have Raidraptor Roost, which is a continuous spell, and both of its effects are once per turn. And the first effect reads if a Raidraptor monster is special summoned from the action deck to your field, you can add 1 Raidraptor spell trap from your deck to your hand, except this card. So this is basically another one of your spell trap rotas for the whole deck, and also it also has a second effect that says you can target 3 of your Raidraptor monsters that are banished and or in your grave place them on the bottom of the deck in any order, then draw one card. This is basically your kind of like your pot of avarice, your mini pot of avarice for the whole deck. This is exactly what I was talking about. What I was talking about when I said by thinning out the deck and by using pot of avarice. This is basically what I meant by thinning out the deck and seeing your overlay regens and your XC's imports. Not only are you thinning out the deck, but you're also unbricking your hand, and you're also ensuring that, well, you basically get your resources back into your deck. And if you shuffle up your deck from searching shit, for all we know, you could top deck one of the 3 monsters that you put back into your deck, which is absolutely insane. So this is easily a 3 of, hands down. No shot it doesn't become a 3 of. But next up, oh, this is the last one. Okay, so we are down to the last card of today's video, and it is known as Raidraptor Barrage, which is a normal trap, and both of its effects are a hard once per turn. The first effect says if you control a Raidraptor monster, target one face-up card your opponent controls, negate effects until the end of the turn. Unless you control a Raidraptor Xyz monster at activation, you can only target monsters. So basically, this is your fucking imperm. This is imperm for the whole deck. So if you control any Raidraptor monster, then you can target any face-up card that your opponent has and negate it. Negate effects until the end of the turn. But if you control only Raidraptor Xyz monsters, then you can only target monsters. So the idea would be for you to target their Appaloosa or their Underworld Goddess, negate its effects, and because that the Appaloosa lost its negation effects, it also loses its own attack, which is absolutely insane. And depending on what monsters you have on board, you basically have game on board, and your opponent would have no choice but to scoop, which is pretty insane. The second effect reads you can banish this card from your grave, target one of your Raidraptor monsters that is banished or in your grave, add it to your hand. This is basically your monster reincarnation for the whole deck, just by banishing this card from your graveyard, which is actually kind of cool. Honestly, in my opinion, Raidraptors, the Raidraptor archetype is such an underrated archetype that it doesn't get the respect it deserves, because you guys know that in the Arc 5 in the Arc 5 anime, what was his name? Shea Obsidian. He played this deck in the anime to a T. He played it perfectly, and he was a very dominant dude. He was a very dominant player in that Arc 5 tournament, and even also in that friendship tournament that they took part in the synchro dimension. So you know how good he was. But yet for some reason people believe that Raidraptors aren't meta ready, I guess, if you will. But honestly, with this new support, I beg to differ. I think that this new support can really help change people's minds into playing Raidraptor at YCS or at Nationals or whatever. It's possible, but only time will tell. But that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.